it's me, Magical Princess, Angel of Justice, Protector of the peace-loving planet of Rabufru, at your service. So, today we're going to be doing a Patreon request stream, but not just any Patreon request stream. It's actually our last one, at least for a while. We're kind of changing up Patreon for after we go on our little moving hiatus, and I want to change it up to rewards that people actually like, and since we've only had about 1 or 2 Patreons requesting every month, I just figured it wasn't something that they actually liked that much. So we'll still be doing other art streams to supplement, but we'll probably be working on our own personal projects more often than doing request streams. Though I do enjoy doing request streams, so I still want to do some that are just open to everyone every once in a while. So we'll see how that goes. But as such, one Patreon is the only person that requested things for the last Patreon specific request stream, so that just goes to show how unpopular it is as a reward. So we have quite a few suggestions from the one Patreon, though, thank goodness, because otherwise we would be drawing nothing. Hello, I see Umbra in the chat. Hi, how are you? So yeah, so I'll get everything set up to begin drawing. Okay. Okay, there we go. You're tired? I'm also tired. We can be tired together. I just finished my cup of coffee for the day, and it didn't help much, honestly. I'm still sleepy. Yeah. It's kind of a last minute stream anyway. Usually I like to plan them 24 hours in advance. This one was not so much, however. I am trying to schedule everything with my move, and I'm going to go visit family before I move too, and all that. I might do a stream at some point next week. It'd probably be like Wednesday or Thursday, but I'm unsure if I'll be able to. So in that case, this will be my last stream for a while. But we'll see. We shall see. Umbra says, I got up at a normal time this morning instead of 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Still at a stage where I don't need coffee yet. Oh, good. Yeah, don't become addicted to coffee like I am. Alright, so we have a few suggestions, and honestly they're all in the same color palette, which is pretty cool. Here's the suggestions here from our Patreon Rain Crystal, which you might recognize from Sunday's Magical Girl Talk Show stream. That was our special guest. So not only one of my Patreons, but one of my actual in real life friends. We have Naja from She Didn't Know Naja in her Switzerland outfit, which unfortunately I could not find the Switzerland outfit, and since I have not actually watched the anime yet, though it's been on my list for a long time. I have a figurine from it, and I love the opening and ending song, but for now I haven't seen it, so I don't know what outfit that is, and Google would not show it to me, so we're just going to be drawing her normal outfit since it's uber cute anyway. We also have suggestions for Super Sailor Venus, Pepper from Magical Princess Sky, and Psyduck from Pokemon, and Cotton Candy, and Chocolate Chip Cookies, and Fairies, and Adorable Little Kittens in a Box. So if we will not run out of things to draw here based on all these suggestions. Hopefully. I'm going to start with Naja, though, because that was the one I was kind of most excited about. I don't know if I've drawn her before. Like, I swear I have, but when and where, I don't know. Hi, welcome Prince Ellie. How are you doing today? Umbra says, I'm going to try to go as long as possible without drinking coffee so I don't start needing it. As of now, I've never drank coffee before. Yeah, that's probably a good move. Hopefully you're also drinking some coffee, Prince Ellie? Sanity's beyond the breaking point. I hope you're alright. Alright, so Naja. I'm gonna focus most on Naja, honestly. I want to do some kind of fun pose. I'm tired of doing the same old poses. So I'm gonna do some little thumbnail sketches here. Try to draw something a little bit more dynamic, maybe. I've been really into practicing some more interesting poses. That's kind of what the fairy series was for. Mostly, honestly, for drawing animals and feet. That was like kind of my goal with the whole fairies series of drawings, because those are two things I really struggled with. My third thing is action or third and fourth thing, I suppose, is action, poses, and backgrounds, which I'm trying to get better at in volume 8. So that's kind of what I'm trying to get better at right now. Umbra says, what should I name my Minecraft cat? Really bad at naming things. Is it a certain color or anything? Minecraft cat? I don't know if they're all one color or not. Forgive me for not knowing these things. Honestly, I might just throw Tinkerbell in here too. I kind of feel like drawing Tinkerbell because I just finished reading Peter Pan for the first time. I don't know if anybody else here has actually read the original book. Well, original I say, but I'm not actually really sure. It was hard to find out if what I was reading was the original book or not, since apparently it was released in several different forms, and as well as being in many different plays. So like a lot of the Peter Pan versions are actually scripts, I guess. But anyway, so I felt like drawing Tinkerbell because that inspired me to go back and reread one of my oldest mangas that I have, which is actually a Disney fairy manga, if you can believe that. Back when Disney fairies was actually good and hardcore. They changed it. They changed the fairies for the 3D animated movies, and I just did not agree with swapping out some of those fairies for really like bland fairies that didn't really have any backstory or anything. Just things I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about Disney fairies. Favorite superhero character? Let me think about that. You know, I haven't really watched many Marvel or DC content. I used to watch a lot of Batman stuff because my father was into Batman. And honestly, I mean, I guess I would just say that, you know, Batman might be my favorite. I particularly liked the Gotham miniseries where Batman is still like a teenager and it shows how he grows up, and it's mostly centered on all of the villains in the city and like their backstories, origins, and how they interact with each other. And that was probably my favorite superhero material that I've ever seen, which is funny because Batman's not even a superhero in this series because he's still just a kid. Mostly I found the villain stories very intriguing, and somehow like it made me like really root for some of the villains and stuff like that, if that makes any sense. And so that, I guess that'd be probably you know, Batman. I didn't really like The Dark Knight. I don't really like any of the Batman movies. I like really vintage Batman, and then I like Batman as a child in Gotham, the TV show. I also like Lego Batman. Um, but I think that's really the only superhero character. And then again, I guess he's not even really a superhero, is he? He's like a more of a vigilante more than anything. True superhero. Let me think. I watched Aquaman a few years ago, but I didn't like it. I watched some Superman movies when I was younger, but I didn't really find them very convincing. I don't know. I'm trying to remember what other superheroes I have seen. Because it's probably been a while, if anything. I don't know. Umbra says the Minecraft cat is a tuxedo cat. Was thinking socks or mittens because it has white paws. Let's see. Something other than socks or mittens or tuxedo. You could call it Mr. Fancy. As you can tell, I'm also not that great with names, but Mr. Fancy, I feel like, is kind of like an allusion to the tuxedo kind of markings on the cat, but a little bit more obscure than socks or mittens, maybe. Umbra says, I don't like Batman simply because his password to the Batcave in the Lego Batman movie was Iron Man socks. Oh, you're right. I did actually see the original Iron Man movie, and I remember not liking him either, so I'm sorry. But it's been a long time since I saw it, so why I liked him, I think it was just because he was like rich and didn't care about anybody else. But I will say, like, when I was younger, I was really bad at recognizing if characters were supposed to be unlikable or were supposed to be going through like a character transformation and started out as like not so great people. And so really I don't know if that was the case, so please let me know if that's what was going on in that first movie, because I wouldn't have been able to tell, to be honest. Batman 1989. Let me look it up and see if I know it. I don't really remember the dates of when things are released. 1989. I feel like I saw this one, but if I did, it was when I was super young. Because it looks familiar. Mostly the Joker in this one looks pretty familiar, so I probably saw it, but I can't really give much of a review because it was probably when I was like really young. Probably maybe when I was like 6 years old or something. I do remember there was like this, you're like bringing up old memories for me. So there was this Batman movie that I remembered where like it shows the Joker's transformation sequence where he like falls into like a vat of chemicals or something like that. I think that might be that movie. So let me know if I'm correct about that, because that's a scene that's definitely stuck around in my head, but I don't remember what movie or anything it was from. The 1966 one? Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw this one. Yeah, this is the one. They're like in a. The villains are in a submarine and they have to work together, but they're doing a really bad job of it. And also, Batman has to drop a bomb over the side of, uh, like a harbor or something. But for some reason, he doesn't, and it's funny. I don't know. Again, I probably watched this when I was super young too. But I feel like I've seen a lot more Batman content than I even know because my dad is always watching that stuff. Until I see 66 Batman is the story, the funniest Batman I've watched. That's probably the one that I'm thinking of then. I don't really like her facial expression. I think I'm gonna go back and change it, but I'm just gonna continue with the rest of it for now. I'll come back to it. Umbra says he was on a pier surrounded by water and he only went to places where he couldn't reach water. Okay. So I guess it was the movie I was thinking of then. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I think that's all the superhero content I really consumed. Yeah. Quintale says the reason the Joker's always smiling in the '89 film is because his nerves are damaged and he's constantly smiling even though he doesn't want to. That's scary. Was it because his nerves were damaged because he was dunked in the chemical vat? Because now I'm really wondering which version is the one where he's dunked in the chemical vat and like that's what gives him that appearance. I don't know. I'm confused. If that was part of it or if that's just a whole separate lore from a different version or what. I think the Joker lore is disturbing in all versions. It's just like every time they just change it up so it's disturbing in a new way, potentially. Yeah, gotta get her little boots. The Joker has like an entirely different backstory in the Gotham series that I was talking about as well, and that's also disturbing. But different. Okay, she got her little boots, she got ruffly socks. She's coming together. She's got to have little pockets on her apron. I'm still not liking her face or her hat. I'm just gonna erase her face and her hat and just redo it. See what I can do a little bit better. Oh no. Prince Ali says in the '89 Batman, he fired a bullet at Batman, deflected the bounce, glass sliced the nerves in his cheeks. Oh wow. Well, that's definitely not the one that I remember, so who knows which one I was watching. This time I'm trying to do her hair first, and then I'm gonna draw her hat. She's gonna hold her hat kind of like she is in this little reference photo over here, where it's kind of like tilted off the back of her head while she's running or something. Might look a little cuter. Just have her hand holding onto it, actually like behind. I think that's better perspective. And then I'm gonna flip this and draw some new eyeballs on her. Looking more directly at the viewer, potentially. And it's like more sweet little smile. What kind of eyebrows does she have? She has like fairly thick eyebrows. In my style, they're gonna be thicker because I draw everyone with like pretty massive eyebrows, except for myself. Hello, welcome Red Panda Drifter, how are you? I don't know, Umbra, it seems like it's all pretty much on topic. On the topic that got started, at least. Alright, she's coming together. I'm just gonna go ahead and like line her as if I was drawing a real image, because I probably won't get around to all these requests since they are from the same Patreon, so I might as well make one of them look really good at least, since I feel like I did Super Sailor Venus not that long ago. But I'll have to go back and check. I'm gonna turn my stabilization down. Hi, welcome Tyler Does Stuff. Nice to see you. I hope my microphone sounds a little bit better today. I tried to move it around a little bit, but I don't know if much can be done without just getting a new one. Red Panda Drifter says, I'm kind of tired, 2 a.m. here. Wow, that is pretty late. What are you doing up so late? If you didn't see the ending of my anniversary stream the other day with the bread did not make it into a cat shape. I tried to cut a few ears out for the cinnamon rolls, and it just did not turn out like I was imagining. So I'm gonna try to make actual cat-shaped bread at some point, but it'll probably have to be after my little hiatus here the next month. And then I'm gonna try again, make some real meow bread. It'll be exciting. So even though I'm going on hiatus, I did plan a lot of content for you guys while I was gone. Since it is going to be like a 6-week hiatus almost, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't totally gone, even though I will be kind of busy. So I actually made some clips of my anniversary stream, and I am also working on some content for my August and September fairies to go over my inspirations for those pieces, where I'm actually talking about, you know, what I was thinking when I was drawing them. And I also have some live 2D contest material that I'm going to be putting on YouTube. So every year, Live 2D, which is the program that I use to draw and rig the moving models, like the one I'm using, has a contest every year where they choose people based on like how I don't know how to say, like how innovative, I guess is the word, how innovative they were able to do something with the program. And so I'm submitting two videos to them. One of the booth where I have at conventions and my model talks with people live. And then another one with my customizable live 2D model where it can shapeshift for different people to have different designs. And hopefully I win an award. So I'm gonna post those videos soon. Oh, hello, Matthew says, going on hiatus, understandably put a lot of work into your anniversary stream, clap stream, glad to see you live today. Yes, but that's actually not why I'm going on hiatus. I'm going on hiatus because I am moving, right? And not only am I moving, but I have to help, like, build out some of the place where I'm living. Like, I'm paying for my winter rent, basically, at the location with my labor. So I won't be able to stream because I won't have probably a table to work on a stream, and I will have to build the place where I'm going to be working. So that's kind of complicated, but all that to say, it's not because I really want to take a hiatus, it's because I need to. Because I literally won't be able to stream during that time. But everything should be done with the place by October 1st. And I'll update you guys if that is not the case, but I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to get it done because it's already built out. It just needs like all the rooms finished, basically. Yeah, the moving thing, that's what it is. Matthew says, do you have a fan Discord yet? Want to chat with your fans while you're gone? Yes, if you've seen Happy in the chat, Happy has made a fan Discord. Obviously, I'm usually not in there, so I can't vouch for what kind of content shows up in there. I'm just trusting you guys to, like, adhere to my rules in there, I guess, alone. But I can put that in the chat. Let me just get that up. I'll show what I'm drawing. Go get that up. Because, if you post a link, I don't think that it'll show up if you post it. It has to be me that posts the link. So let me just go ahead and open that and post it. And like I said, Matthew, I'm also planning content for every week that I'm gone. So I'll be on hiatus for 6 weeks, but I have a video every week. That's 5 minutes or more. Some of it is just clips from my anniversary stream, so that might be not super interesting to you if you were there for my anniversary stream. But I've clipped all of the bread making sessions of my anniversary stream into one video. It's not highly edited, so it is an hour-long video of just the bread making sections, right? Okay, I'm in the Discord. Let me, I don't know how to get a... How do I get the link? I don't know how to get the link. I'm so bad with Discord. I'm just gonna try copying the channel link and see if that works. You guys will let me know. I don't know if that works. I'm gonna click on it myself to see if that works. It worked for me at least, but I'm already in the group, so just let me know. So, and then I also have clips of me being afraid of triangles and Abzu. I don't know, I just found that super funny. So I'm actually attempting to make clips now when I think something's funny before I forget that I thought it was funny. So let me know what you think. It is a 3-minute video. I was thinking people would probably like a clip if it was shorter, but as I was watching it, there was just so many parts that I particularly found funny that I didn't want to cut anything out, so it's just a 3-minute clip video. It's probably too long, honestly, if I wanted to grow on YouTube, but I don't know. So, there's a few things to look forward to while I'm gone. I tried to make a little content for every week. And then when I'm back, I'll probably be streaming more often than I used to because I'm going to be working on Volume 8. That's part of my plans after I move. And I'm planning on streaming a lot of it. So that will be enjoyable. I'm also planning on doing like a lot more gaming and stuff like that. So I actually have like my own office where I move, so I don't have to worry about anybody else in the room. So I can stream at any time of the day that I want, basically. Matthew says, I'll be looking forward to the clips. Clips are cool. Probably make some of my own while you're gone. Oh, that'd be awesome. I'm always curious what people think would be fun to clip. Since obviously I don't really know what people like. That's for sure. So alongside working on Volume 8, I also want to work on more animations for like my Kickstarter video and lore and stuff for my comic. And I might try to do some of that on stream. It will require Live 2D, however, and I've noticed that Live 2D just does not do well with my computer. My computer does not have enough CPU power to stream while doing Live 2D. However, I found out about PNG tubers during my first collab stream the other day. And the PNG tuber doesn't really take any computer resources to use, and so I honestly might just rig or do live 2D streams using the PNG tuber so that I can not max out my CPU and crash my computer. Or I might just end up like getting a new computer to use for dedicated streaming actually after my little hiatus. I also need to get a new microphone. I've noticed that this one has had some glitches and you guys have informed me of that. So if anybody has any microphone recommendations. Tyler Does Stuff says, this is actually the first time I ever managed to get a message in a streamer's chat. Woo! Still a bit wonky, but still it's cool. Yeah, I'm glad to hear you in the chat. That's awesome. And I try to read everybody's messages out loud so that you can understand what conversations are going on in the chat with you too. Matthew says, I'm going to try to make an edit video of the Heavy is Dead based on the Heavy is Bread conversation we had in chat. Nice! I would be curious to see what that was about. I know that everyone said it was a song, and everyone seemed to know it except for me. Of course, I'm so oblivious when it comes to like pop culture references, so I think a video would help explain it to me, maybe. Hello, welcome. I will have to translate your message there to understand what it says. It says, grass and ugly personality, can I laugh? Apparently that's what it says in your language. I have no idea. I don't really know what that means. If you don't like my personality, you don't have to stay. If for some reason that message said something different, I apologize. I can't read your language. Matthew says, the funny thing is, it wasn't a song, but just a really popular Team Fortress 2 video. Is Team Fortress a video game of some kind? Alright. And there's one shoe done. We're gonna have to do the other shoe. Let's check how it's looking. Yeah, it's looking pretty cute. So let me go ahead and do this other shoe here. Deep L. I don't know that translation app. All I use is the Google Translate. So if you can translate that for me, that'd be super helpful. Thanks. It's nice because since I downloaded it as part of my web thing, I can just highlight text now anywhere and it'll just give me a translation, though I know it's not super accurate, but at least I don't have to go look it up online while I'm streaming. Matthew says, DeepL is free, much better. Unfortunately, can't translate on mobile. Okay, interesting. Do you know if it's just a site that I go on, or do I have to download it as part of like a browser extension kind of deal? I think her legs look wonky. They look wonky, but this is supposed to be a doodle, so I don't think I'll fix it, honestly. Sorry, everyone. She looks a little wonky. There's a browser page. Okay, might as well try it out then. So, copy. Okay, DeepL gave the same. Okay, thanks for checking, Umbra. I don't know what that means. I don't know where the grass comes from. I don't know why they'd be in here anyway, if they didn't like it. Just grass. What on all your hair can I laugh? Yeah, okay. Everyone's got their opinion. Oh, love the Psyduck in the corner. Yes, I'm supposed to draw Psyduck next. That used to be one of my favorite Pokemon as a kid, and it was suggested by one of my Patreons, and I figured I might as well draw it, because it used to be one of my favorites too. Okay, so they were just double laughing. This makes more sense now. Alright, so I know her eyes are a little crooked. I just drew them based on the sketch. So now we're just gonna straighten those out. I don't know what this is connected to though. Right, so just make it a little bit more correct. See, that looks better already. Now we're gonna do little nose. Matthew says, I need to go. Pleasure catching up with you. Yes, nice to see you too. Thanks for stopping in. do a little bit more detail on the hair. And I'm going to do this hat. I'm just going to use a whole circle for this hat so that it makes it a little easier. Alright. So hat circle. And erase where the hat's not going to show behind her head. Tyler Gustav says, Allie is the best VTuber I found this year, no cap. Aw, thank you. That means a lot. I'm happy you found me, and I'm happy you liked my content. I hope to do better content when I get back from my hiatus. I did a lot of updates for my 2-year anniversary stream. I guess that was last week. It feels like a million years ago. But I want to do more to make my channel more enjoyable. You know, putting some effort into other content and not just my streams. I guess it's just editing content and making content seems like a lot of work to me, but I'm good at public speaking actually in real life as well as streaming, I think, and so I'm way more comfortable with just speaking to an audience and you know, having a good time interacting with people than I am trying to figure out what people are gonna like in a video. But I really need to focus more on my skills with creating enjoyable videos. So that's going to be one of my focuses when I get back from my hiatus. And I don't know. Hopefully more people will find out about my channel as I grow. I'd like to do more conventions because that's a really good way for people to find out about my content and my book series in particular, which is, you know, really the reason why I became a VTuber. Is I just wanted to have more people know about my comics. So I guess streaming volume 8 will be a good way to do that, but I need to find some ways to make some content I'll enjoy. And so I've been really trying with my newest fairy speed paint. I don't know if everyone saw that. New speed paint for July actually includes me on the side of the screen going on about my inspiration and process on the piece. And I've already done videos of a similar sort for August and September's fairies to see if people might like that better, because I feel like that's more my style than just putting out a speed paint with just some music on it. And maybe people will find my thought process interesting. I might do some more videos like that once I get back, if people do indeed like it. And it'll probably be more focused on my comic book series, so, you know, inspirations for the actual Magical Princess Sky manga, or what I'm thinking about when I'm drawing a comic book page, like how do I do the page setups or dialogue and things like that. Stuff that people like to ask me at my question and answer panels in person at conventions. Umbra says, well, technically I found her last December, but still. You've still been along for the ride for a long time with me, Umbra. It's, we're 8 months into the year somehow. I don't know how that really happened. but that's crazy. I can't believe how fast the time has just flown by this year. It's wild to think that I've been VTubing for 2 years, as well as the fact that during these 2 years that I've been VTubing, I haven't actually published a volume of my manga. So the last one I published like right before I began VTubing, and that feels like forever ago. But also such a short time ago. I don't know how time works anymore. Alright, that's the line art is done for this character. I think her hat needs to be a little bit thicker on that line art, so I'm just gonna use the correct line width tool to just go over the top of that hat, make it a little bit more same line width. So obviously I spent a lot of time on this character versus anything else, but I just figured I might as well, since it really was just one Patreon that requested all of this stuff. So might as well just do something really nice. I am definitely going to draw that Psyduck though. So let's for other layers, I'm just going to grab colors from this shot from the anime. Grab her hair color. She's got a very, very pale pink. I said pink, but I meant yellow hair. Just gonna put that on there. And I don't know if I'll have time, as I'm working on volume 8 to do this, but I've been talking about doing a new VTuber model for a while now, as anybody that's followed this channel for a while knows. I did rig and draw my own character, so that would be the plan, and as such it might take a while to find the time to do so, since I'd really like to get the next volume of my series done, and that's really my priority right now. However, I would still like to have a new model. I just have really complex ideas for how I want to do my new model. I would really like it if my model did some things that other VTuber models do not. I don't know how to explain it. So I want to do my next model where I have a ability to turn to the side completely, and I also want a tracked hand pen so that you can see me actually drawing. I would also like to do actual tracked hands so that I can wave and things like that without the use of toggles. I would like to be able to transform into my magical girl outfit and back into like pajamas or something I would wear as a normal girl. But that's all very complex to try to put together. But I'm up for the challenge. Like, I love Live 2D because it offers a really interesting challenge, and it's so much fun to see my artwork come to life in that way. I just have to find time to do all that. And who knows if it's worth it to do such a crazy complex model, but I want my content to be almost closer to like a in real life streamer where they have a whole background set up and you can see their arm move when they're drawing, and you know, their hands move freely as they talk, and I just want like more of an immersive kind of VTuber stream. Especially since I feel like, and maybe people who watch more VTubers can tell me if this is true or not, though I have gotten this comment from some of my viewers that my content's a little different than most VTubers, and I honestly don't have a lot of VTubers I watch myself, so I can't really say, but I figured if I make it so my model is almost more close to feeling more like a in-person streamer, but still using a VTuber, it could be really cool. Obviously at conventions I'm not afraid to show my face or anything like that. I just like being able to promote my comic book series through the use of a VTuber, and I find it really fun to rig and bring to life, that's for sure. Alright, this character's coming together so I can put back on her eyeballs. And grab her eye color from this screenshot over here. Get the eye whites and then eye color here. And now I wonder if I could do like for a VTuber model, a new one, if I could just add to it as I go, so I do just like the basic things that I want from it, and then as I go I can make it like more intense, like I guess as I go, more detailed. Hi, welcome Angelica San, how are you? Tyler Duststuff says, wish I could read your comics, but being blind makes that nearly impossible, sadly. You know, I was actually thinking about this the other day. Something that me and my friends used to like to do is to read my comics in dramatic, funny voices. So basically the characters don't sound like they're, you know, a cowboy or, you know, some crazy other funny voices or something, but we would read my comic books in these funny voices, and I thought it could be fun to do a stream sometime with some friends where we read the comic. I know, obviously a lot of things are happening on the page, though I try to make the dialogue pretty easy to understand. One of my things I like to recommend to people when they're making comics is to try to make the dialogue clear so that if somebody was listening to it, they might be able to understand what's going on without the visual aspect so much. So that's definitely something I've thought about doing as a stream. Angelica says, just came to see you. Have fun streaming. Thanks. I'm doing good. Just a little sleepy today. How are you? Working on some art today. I'll zoom out so you can see what I'm doing before you head out. It's supposed to be just a doodle stream, but I was having fun drawing this character, so I've decided to make it more of a little finished art here. And draw the shoes and her shoe color. It's also white, so that's fine. Shoe face. her some highlights in the eyes. Make them look extra cute. Tyler says, reading things in funny voices is always great. Now I kind of want to hear you do an evil laugh or something. Okay, let me get out my evil laugh. Yeah, take a sip of water here. for a really good one. Let's see, I can do like the anime like a rich girl mean laugh where they go, oh ho ho! Or like maybe a true evil laugh. I don't know if I could do a true evil laugh. Ah ha ha ha! No, that's not really that evil. That's that's kind of silly, honestly. Oh, somebody else in the chat says hello from Angelica. Oh, did you send some raiders over to me, Angelica? Thank you. So, evil laugh. I gotta get into the mood of being evil. How do I be evil? Let's see. I don't know if I can do it. I'm not in the zone. Do the Deltarune Chapter 2 Queen laugh. She does the oh ho ho ho. That was actually fairly close, I feel like. Let me know if you think that was fairly close. Umbra says, oh, I already read Umbra's. Bot Plays says, hello to Allie-chan from Cat Family, meow meow. Yay, thanks from Angelica for sending some new viewers over to me. I love the cat emojis too, Bot Plays. I definitely have to read some parts where there's villains though in my comic if I do that, and I'm not so sure I'll be able to pull off the evil laugh. However, I will have to read lines of villains. Let me think. Actually, let me just get up. I'll just get up. I don't know. I don't know what page has like the most villainous line. Like, yeah, let me just get up a page, because I can't think of anything mean to say off the top of my head. Is that weird? I don't have like a mean bone in my body. Colored pages. Let's see, what did the villain say? Let's see, let me get my book. It's back here. I can just read. So the Queen of Kanar, which is the alien planet's queen, she has like a ritual where she makes people's hair grow to give them status in her society. And she's a villain, but like more in an understated way. So like maybe I can just read some of her lines. I guess I should put it up on the screen for people who want to see what is going on here. Like, what is going on? And then I can probably do her voice okay if I'm reading it. I think if I'm just trying to be evil off the top of my head, it just does not work. My thing is loading. Tyler says, that was great. Hearing you be evil is so unlike you in the best way. Good. Alright, so I'm gonna open some of the Queen of Kanar pages here. Where she's talking to some of the soldiers and performing the hair rank growing ritual to give them more status in society here. This is an alien planet. Okay. You have returned to the righteous place where you were first given the gift of rank as an infant, this time grown. You are now ready to join the Kanar forces in our generation's long quest to expand our glorious reach in the universe. I bestow upon you rank within the Empire of Kanar. You are now one of my own. And then she says, "The new soldiers will help take care of the situation involving the chocolate ship pirates. Right before this meeting, one of our soldiers, York, was held for ransom. Against Commander Milan's orders, London and France took it upon themselves to rescue their comrade. Though a success was a disobedient action, the heroics and disciplinary action have cancelled each other out, meaning no rank is being given or taken." I don't know if that sounds queen-like enough. Evil queen vibes, hopefully. If I was gonna read it funny, I don't know what I would do. Try to think about what she would have, like a funny voice. If I gave her like the oh ho ho, like rich girl voice. I don't even know. Just imagine her laughing like that. Okay, maybe I'll have to do that sometime. I think it could be fun to do some on-stream voice acting. I'll have to rope in some of my friends to do some different voices for me. Yeah, let's put some blush on this character. Back to drawing. And doing some blush on the character, make her super cute. Tyler says, if you read it funny, do the most high-class British accent for the queen. Okay. Can I do a British accent? That's the question. Can I do a British accent? Oh, I don't even know. I'm trying to think, how do I do it? How do I do a British? I don't even know what kind of accent that is. That's definitely not a British accent. British accent? Tea? I don't know. I don't know if I can pull it off. I'm gonna have to practice that one. But you're right, that would definitely be the right thing to do. I bet some of my friends would know how to do the correct accent. I'll make them do it. Amber says American people can't do a British accent without sounding like they're making fun of British people. It's a fact. Yeah, I don't know how to do, I mean, like, it's supposed to be a funny voice, but I don't know how to do, like, a British accent respectfully. I don't even know how to do a bad British accent, apparently. I think it could be fun. Something that I kind of want to do, if I ever get around to it, this is something I've been thinking about for a while, is I have wanted to do, like, little video clips that are supposed to be like scenes from my book with voice acting, and I do some slight animation on them to make them move. In that case, I would probably have to enlist people's help to do some voice acting, and that would require me to think a little bit more about what some of my characters' voices sound like. As sad as it is, some of the characters, I've never really thought, like, what does this voice sound like? You know? Like, what does this person sound like? It's interesting to think about. Oh, her eyes are looking really cute. So let's add the pattern on her dress. I think I have a pre-made pattern in here of some kind I can just drop in. It's like a crisscross kind of pattern. I'm looking for crisscrosses. For the fabric, and there wasn't one in that category, so let's try in here. So yeah, I might have to make a crisscross pattern after all. I'm not really seeing anything that looks so much like, well, I guess maybe this one. It's this one maybe. That on there. Tyler says we all know the most chill character in the story would sound like your regular voice. So I'm actually supposed to be, like the character I VTube as is supposed to be the main character from the comic. The comic's name is Magical Princess Sky, and so is the character that I VTube as, technically. And so I guess her voice would sound like mine, though if I ever imagined her talking, it wouldn't quite be like my voice, but that's just how it ended up, since I originally made this model to promote my book at conventions. And then people were like, well, are you gonna use that model to do some VTubing? And I said, I guess I will. And so I began VTubing as the model. But I don't really feel like I'm like her. You know, she's not a self-insert character or anything like that. I feel more like I'm her mother than anything, so it feels weird to pretend to be her sometimes, which is why I usually just break character and stop pretending. But, I don't really know if she would sound like me, but if I did do a version, where I was doing like a animated version of it, I probably would just use my voice as the main character, since that would just be the easiest thing for the continuity. I guess she's fairly chill. She sleeps a lot. She has nightmares because she used to fight in a war in the past as a magical girl, or basically like a superhero, and she's now had to become a magical girl again to fight off a new alien race that's attacking her planet. And so she's like a very like easygoing, like sleepy girl who just wants to be nice to her friends and live a normal life, but ends up kind of roped back into, you know, fighting for her planet's freedom. And so she goes through some emotional times too, so I would definitely have to do some emotional voice acting, which I believe I could do, but if it would be any good, I don't know. Umbra says, if I was reading the books, I would honestly read everything said by Sky in your voice. Well, I hope it sounds like it makes sense then, in that case. Tyler says, so would she sound like you but doing an uwu voice? Pretty much. That's pretty much how she would sound. A lot of people have commented that when they see me at conventions when I'm doing her voice, I really try to go all out with the high-pitchedness. But when I'm streaming, it's just too much to do high-pitched for, you know, 3-hour streams, and so I just let my voice sound like normal, but let's see how I would do her voice at a convention. So usually I'm like, getting some water, I'm trying to get like the little throat weirdness out. Hi, I'm Magical Princess, the Angel of Justice, protector of the peace-loving planet of Rabufru, at your service. So, the comic book series is all about me and how I save my planet from aliens. They want to steal the candy from our planet, and I'm just not going to allow that. Except for, back in the past, I used to fight an old war, and I had to do some really bad things to protect my planet. I don't want to do that this time. So, I'm trying to become friends with the aliens, if they'll let me. It's not going so well, but I think one of the aliens, France, might be open to the idea of being friends and creating a truce so that we can protect both of our planets without destroying each other's planets. That's really what I want. Alright, that's kind of how I usually talk for her. Is the high-pitched voice the one used for the debut stream? Yes, that was me attempting to do like a higher-pitched voice for the whole entirety of the stream, and oh my gosh, it hurts my throat to do, honestly. I don't know, but sometimes I've thought about just getting like a voice changer or something, but I think it feels more authentic if I'm just talking like how I normally do. But if I was doing like little animations, I might honestly do a little bit more of the ooh voice. That way, I sound more like an anime girl proper, I guess. Yeah, I'm trying something new for this pattern. I'm just gonna do giant crisscrosses myself. So that's probably what I do. Make it more high pitched and stuff. I don't really know how the emotional scenes would go with that voice though. I don't really know how I'd pull it off while being high pitched. Imagine I have to cry in a high pitched voice. I don't even know how that would work. Tyler Does Stuff says, your regular voice is honestly one of the things that made me keep watching when I found you. It's very relaxing. Aw, that makes me happy. I'm glad. I was kind of worried that my original voice wasn't what people would want to hear necessarily, but that makes me really happy. I promise I won't do the ooh voice too much. Alright, she's got her pattern. I do some shading, I think. I wasn't planning on doing any shading, but I figure since I'm going all out on this, I might as well. I kind of want to try a different shading color, so I'm just going to do it all in black, and then we're going to change the colors and see what shading works best for this lighting. I'm just going to pretend that the light is above her head, just for some reference here, what we're doing. It's going to be a little sloppy though, because this is still technically a doodle stream, even though this is kind of like a complex piece of artwork. Yeah, I would say I was like a little insecure about my voice for a long time, because people can say that they can tell that I'm from Florida, or like because I say y'all and I have like a Floridian accent, even though I could not tell you what a Floridian accent is, but people seem to think that I have one, and for some reason, it just makes me feel bad about my voice. I don't know. Listening to myself on streams when I watch it back is sometimes kind of painful. I'm like, why do I sound like that? But it makes me happy that other people find my voice relaxing or enjoyable to listen to. Hummer said, sorry, I'm being very quiet in chat. Hard to type in chat. and expand a pumpkin farm in Minecraft at the same time. Well, I'm glad you're still here, lurking in the background. What did you end up naming your cat in Minecraft, by the way? I don't think we ever got the resolution to what the cat ended up being named. Right, so there's the shadow for the hat up here. Hat shadow. Again, pretty sketchy. Umbra says, I'm going to name the cat Pascal. Oh, that is such a cute name. Is that inspired by the that Rapunzel movie, the Disney Rapunzel movie? I always thought her lizard was pretty cute, but I felt like the lizard deserved more screen time, or like more something in the plot. Like the lizard just kind of felt like it was there and didn't really add much, honestly, as much as I thought a lizard as a pet was fun. Umbra says, I have a dog in the game as well. I'm gonna call it Pedro. Very original. Speaking of which, have you seen the new Puss in Boots movie? The new like Shrek spin-off like Puss in Boots movie? I recently gave it a shot and I was very surprised at how artistic and emotionally meaningful it was. I was really pleasantly surprised. It like touches on, I think, very adult emotions in a very easy to grasp way for children while still being very imaginative and funny. And the thing that I liked about it best was that it wasn't delving into a bunch of pop culture references like a lot of recent children's movies, I think. And so in that case, I think it'll really stand the test of time because, you know, they're drawing on memes from fairy tales versus memes from pop culture. Fairy tales have stood the test of time, really, you know, as a collective thing that humans usually know about versus memes that are gone within a week. So I thought that was pretty cool. And Tyler says, people have told me I have a Canadian accent, but I don't hear it. I think my voice sucks, makes me wonder how people come watch my videos sometimes. Well, maybe it's just the same as me, where I don't like my voice, but other people do. Maybe it's the same for you. People who watch your videos like your voice, even if you don't like it. Also, I think it's very interesting that I don't think a whole lot of my my viewers are actually from the United States like I am. I find that very interesting. I think most of my viewers are from like Canada or England, like UK area, a lot of them. Not a lot of people actually from my region. I have a few viewers from Japan that are regulars, like Red Panda Drifter that you saw come in. Angelica Channel is also from over there, I think. I know she speaks Japanese. I'm not really sure where she lives though. But I think that's just interesting. It's like I'm not popular with my own kind, kind of. But that's okay. I don't really like the people around me anyway, I guess. So one of the reasons I'm moving somewhere very close to Canada, honestly. Like I'm moving up to Maine here soon, which is like almost right along the Canadian border. That's like about as far out of the United States as you can get, other than Alaska, I suppose. Matthew says, nope, not in my case for sure. But I wasn't reading the chat for a while, so I'm not sure what you were referring to. I guess, being in the US, maybe? Umbra says, Pascal was the one who unlocked Mother Gothel in the end of Tangled. You're right, but you know, that doesn't really feel like that kind of feels like they put the lizard in just so that could happen, honestly. And like that doesn't really make it seem like an important character. That kind of feels like a cop out, honestly, where it's like, oh, we stuck the lizard in so that nobody actually had to kill the villain, is kind of what it feels like. Versus the lizard actually having a part in the plot, you know? But that is a pretty hardcore move by a lizard. How would I describe the Canadian accent? You know, I haven't actually spoken to many Canadian people in real life, so I'm not really sure. Have I listened to many? I don't know. You know, there's always stereotypes about people saying A and things like that, but as far as actually listening to a real Canadian accent, I'm not really sure if I have in my current memory. I'll have to listen to like a Canadian YouTube channel or something soon, so I can give you a more clear accent on that. Umbra says, Matthew, there's a random question I'm meaning to ask you for some reason. Okay. I'm curious where this is going. Maybe I'm bad at accents, I think, and I don't hear a whole lot of accents, because I'm kind of like a hermit. So, I don't know, a Canadian accent, eh? I don't know if it's maybe similar to like a Maine accent. So I have been to Maine a few times, and the people there do have like a kind of distinct accent in the way that they pronounce things. Like lobster or like scallops or like hey there bud or something like that, or like hey there but I don't know. I can't replicate accents. I think that's my problem. Like I can't really tell you what I mean by what their accent sounds like, but it's fairly distinctive. It's mostly in the way that they pronounce A's and like O's. I don't know. Umber says the best way to tell a Canadian accent is the way they say sorry. I don't know. How do they say sorry? I'm a VTuber that lives under a rock. Like, do I know anything about other human beings? Not really. Maybe that's why it's so easy for me to portray like an alien girl. It's like, do I know what's happening on Earth? No, not really. Do I know how other humans behave? Not really. Am I good at acting like human? Not really. Just draw all day, and I sometimes travel to conventions. I like to cook also, so I like to cook a lot at home, bake a lot. Um, Um, Matthew says I need to go. Might be skulking in chat. Okay. Well, that's nice of you to pop in again. Matthew says also, Umbra, I like Skylanders. Good games. I don't know if I've heard of that game. What do you do in the game? I'm putting some more shadows here. Put some shadows here. Umber says it's little skill and mostly button smashing. Matthew says lies. Tyler does have you describing drawing has explained more about colors than anyone has ever managed to do for me in my 24 years of life. That's interesting. I wonder. I'm kind of trying to think what I said about colors that did a good job, but I'm happy. I could definitely liken colors to smells and things, maybe. Smells or things like flowers and things. I don't know. I'm talking about shading. Shading is where the sun leaves like differences in light. I guess you can think of that like warmth. So if you're standing outside and you stand in a patch of sun for too long and you feel your head getting warm, but the undersides of your hands are not getting warm from being outside standing in the direct light, the undersides of your hands would be where shading goes, and the places where it is feeling warm based on the sun would be the places that would not have shading. So that's what I'm currently doing to this character here, is adding like dark, not warm places based on where the sun is. If that makes any sense. I'm trying my best. Matthew says it's 0.2% skill for the Skylanders game. Umber said, simple as spending an hour or two upgrading your Skylander to max and then spamming its strongest attack over and over. One word, Nuzlocke. I have played a Pokemon Nuzlocke game before, or not really played it, but like watched other people play it and then made suggestions at my house before, and that was pretty fun. So I can see that anything that's similar to that could be fun. And Matthew says, has Guy heard of A Hat in Time? That's a good game. No, I have not heard of A Hat in Time. I'm gonna look that up right now because I am curious. A Hat in Time. It says it's a cute 3D platformer. Little girl stitches hats for powers. This does sound pretty fun. Do you like hats? She wears a little top hat and she does something. I don't know. I don't really know what a 3D platformer, I guess. Well, that sounds like fun. Tyler says that was really interesting. Although speaking of the sun, sunburn goes screwed up. Yes, sunburns stink so much. Pretty sensitive to getting burnt by the sun for sure, and I guess that's a good way to think about it. So wherever you would get sunburned most is where the light in the piece of art would go, and wherever you don't get sunburned would be where the shading goes, pretty much. I live in Florida right now, and it's like almost 100 degrees every day. Super sunny. Other people like it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of getting like straight up just sunburned and dehydrated the second I step outside. So I'm kind of over it. I'm definitely over the sunburns, that's for sure. Umbra. Okay, be right back. I'll see you soon then, Umbra. Do a little bit more shading. I think I'm almost done with the shading. So now I'm going to try to choose a color. I want it to look pretty sunny. So I think I'm going to go with a bright orange light, almost like it's super hot outside. There's not a lot of shade. That looks pretty cute. And I'm also going to add some lighting. So in the places where there is not shading, like where the light is hitting straight on, I'm just going to add some little yellow glows. Some in the hair, some on like the nose, wherever she's getting absolutely baked and sunburnt by the sky. Of course, I guess she can't get sunburnt in her hair technically, but you know, if she didn't have hair, her whole scalp would be on fire. Alright, see you in a moment, Umbra. Downsides of wireless mouse and need changing. Yeah, I have a weird mouse. My mouse right now is wireless, okay? But it needs to charge with a cord. And the other day, it's a newer mouse. I've had it for a few months, and it finally ran out of battery, and I was like, what do I do? I've got to charge it with a cord, except for it won't work when it's attached by a cord, but it charges that way. Kind of weird. Alright, she looks pretty cute. I'm happy with that. Just gonna touch up some of the effects with a little blending, little smushing the colors together. And yeah, she's done, so I'm going to move her over a little bit. We're going to draw this Psyduck from Pokemon. Umber says, every month... I'm starting to lose my voice all of a sudden. Must have been all the evil laughing I did earlier. Umber says, every month I have to hope to dear God that there's a single working AA battery somewhere in the house. Wow, so it runs out of juice pretty quick then, if it's every month. Alright, I moved her over a little bit, and then we're going to do Psyduck. But first I'm going to take a quick water break since I feel like I'm about to lose my voice. So I'm going to go get some more water. Everyone take a drink of water and I will be right back. Okay, I'll see you in a moment. So I'm going to put back on my be back soon screen. See you in a moment. hope everyone got some water while I was on break. My voice is still a little weird for some reason, but I think I'm fine after downing some water. Alright, so back to our doodle screen, where it turned out that we didn't actually do so much doodling. This is a pretty much like a more of a finished piece here, but it was a lot of fun to do. Now we're actually going to do some doodling, so I don't think I'll do all of these. However, our Patreon has requested that we do Psyduck, and I think that sounds like a lot of fun. So I'm going to move Psyduck right here, and we're just going to go ahead and draw a Psyduck and see how that turns out, like a super doodly one. Hello, welcome Anime Reach, how are you? So, I'm going to use my pencil brush. And I don't know, maybe I can relate to Psyduck a little bit, because I frequently have pretty bad migraines. So, I don't know. I liked Psyduck a lot as a kid for some reason. Just, you know, I guess I like ducks in general though, don't I? This is kind of like a weird realization. For some reason, I forget to think of Pokemon as the fact that some of them are just actual animals. Pretty much. Yeah, I seem to forget that. Tyler Gustav says, drinking water is always good as the rapper. I don't know how to pronounce I Love Makonnen, maybe he said drink more water. I've never heard of them, but never were truer words said. Today's great, especially with how hot it's been where I live recently. It's like I've gotta drink water, or else I'm gonna get some serious dehydration. I'm trying to draw a little dynamically posed little Psyduck here. It's kind of ugly, but pretty easy to draw. I'm gonna fix the roundness of the back of its head. Accidentally erase some of it. There we go. Ducklet must have been a shock to you, Sky, Matthew says. What? Ducklet. I don't know if I know this Pokemon. Ducklet. Oh my gosh, it's just a straight up duck. I don't think I've seen this Pokemon at all somehow, but it really is a blue little duck. Called Ducklet. And then it looks like it transforms into like a blue heron with earmuffs, I guess, which is called Swanna. Okay, I guess it's supposed to be a swan with earmuffs, not a blue heron. That's so interesting. I learn something new every day. Tyler Does Stuff says, you actually said Makonnen's name correctly, nice. Has a whole mixtape series called Drink Your Water. That's funny. Maybe I'll give that a listen. Just for some extra reminding to drink some more water. Alright, now for some color. I'm gonna put some yellow on this little duck having a headache here. What a funny little Pokemon. Amber says, I got a new battery, got my phone, text your friend. Okay, good. Battery for the remote and the texting. trying to think what I'm gonna draw next, since this little doodle came together fairly fast. It's funny. The other suggestions that she gave me was Super Sailor Venus from Sailor Moon, Pepper from Magical Princess Sky, which is my own series, of course Psyduck from Pokemon, Cotton Candy, Chocolate Chip Cookies, Fairies, and Kittens in a Box. Now, this is probably too many to do in the time span that I have, but I'll definitely try to do a few more. So let me put my funny little headache duck somewhere, and then Tyler says, I know you don't like the heat of Florida, but moving to Antarctica is crazy. Yeah, I think Antarctica would be too cold for me, I'm gonna say. So I've never actually experienced a true winter with snow. I've visited a few places where it was snowing, like I visited Maine while it was snowing, I visited Michigan while it was snowing, but I've never actually been in a snowy place for more than like 4 or 5 days at a time. And so I don't know how I'm going to react to the cold, and I'm definitely going up in the dead of winter as a born and raised Floridian. And even though I'm tired of the Florida heat, I'm not sure how I'm going to do. Hopefully I won't hate it immediately and be shivering all the time. Hopefully I'll be like, oh, it's so charming and chilly. That's what I hope, at least. But Antarctica, yeah, Antarctica. Yeah, I'm pretty sure people gotta wear like crazy outfits, almost like they're going to the moon almost. You know, they've gotta have all those layers on. And the thing about like your eyes freezing shut is disgusting. Like icicles forming on your eyelashes and keeping them shut is like horrifying. I don't know. So I definitely would never go to Antarctica, I don't think, unless I was just there for like a little vacation. I couldn't live there. And then again, you know, I have a fear of the water, and cold water is scarier than warm water, potentially. So I don't know. Matthew says, remember there's a big difference between it's cold here and it's not as warm here as I want it to be. Yeah. Maybe I'll learn what the difference is once I get out there. Umbra says, if you want to be fairly cold, just come to the UK. It rains every 5 minutes. I don't know if I want it to rain every 5 minutes. I don't know if I want to be like wet and cold. I think I'd rather it just snow so that I wasn't at least like damp. Matthew says, wishing you the best of luck on surviving your first winter. Well, I'll definitely keep you guys updated on how it goes, and if you don't hear from me come December, I'm somewhere out in the snow and somebody should come get me. Alright, I think since this was pretty free suggestion, I'm just gonna do Pepper from my original series, because why not? Tyler says, I don't do well in cold water either. Once went to the lake at the camp and kicked the lifeguard when I was getting because I thrashed around so much. Oh no. Matthew says, just stay dry. If you stay dry, I'll stay warm. That's what I'm hoping for. I have like a rain a nice raincoat that I think is large enough to put on top of some sweaters, but I'm gonna have to definitely invest in more winter clothes since I only have like the bare minimum, you know, so that I can you know, stand the snow for like 3 days at a time, but I've never been in like the dead of winter actually. So I'll definitely get some insulated, waterproof deals and hope it's not too bad. Amber says not good advice for an English person. What is it, impossible to stay dry? Probably if it rains every few minutes. It rains a lot in the summer in Florida. Honestly, like it's been raining a lot recently. But so like you gotta get sprinkled on if you're here too, but then it's just hot and gross. Tyler says, I live in Winnipeg, so I'm used to winters. 30 degrees C regularly. Okay, so you definitely know what it's like to live through a harsh winter. Matthew says, invest in long johns and an actual winter coat for sure. Yeah, I definitely, you know, I used to have a bunch of winter stuff so it actually used to get cold in Florida every once in a while. If you can believe that. Like when I was growing up, like it used to get you know, like decently cold. Once a year we'd have like a month of freezes basically, like in winter time. So we'd have to bring in the cats and the plants and turn on the tap water and stuff. No snow, obviously, though. Once I did actually see some flurries in Florida, which is really rare. And it was in the middle of the night too. But I used to have actually like a decent amount of winter clothes growing up because of that, and I had some really cute long johns that I wore as like leggings under skirts and stuff in the winter. Like they were tie-dyed and they were made out of that like waffle knit thermal material, and they were so nice. And now that I'm moving to Maine, I'm like, geez, I wish I could remember what I did with those way back when, because those would be perfect. But I'm gonna have to go on a whole like winter shopping spree when I get up there. Umber says, look, you don't understand the pain of getting through a school day in English winter, especially if you don't have a waterproof bag, which I don't. Jeez. I would love to visit, you know, like other places in the world sometime. UK would be fun to see for sure. But I'll know to bring an umbrella and a waterproof bag when I go. Oops, I actually drew a whole line through her face. Okay, let's backspace that. Tyler says, gotta get that winter prep. A magical girl has to be ready for anything. You're right. It's very true. I've been shopping for cute sweaters online, but I can't tell how warm anything is. It's like there's a lot of cute sweaters that I found that are, you know, pink, which is one of my favorite colors. Most of my wardrobe is pink. Or like other pastel colors with patterns on them, like stars and hearts. But again, I can't tell how warm anything is through the internet, and a lot of them say that they have wool content in them, but they're mostly like acrylic or polyester, and honestly, with how cold it's gonna get, I don't think that polyester mix or acrylic mix is gonna cut it, but again, I haven't been in the cold that long to know. So I'm probably just gonna have to swap for sweaters. I haven't shopped for sweaters. In person, but I just want really cute sweaters and I don't know where to find them. Umbra says the weather in England really depends on where in England and what season. Okay, good to know. Matthew says, my Nana is funny. She lived in Yukon for less than 10 years, and ever since then she's worn 5 layers even in summer. She's ready. She's ready for anything. Crook Gamer says, hey Allie, what's crooking? Just doing some doodles. This one actually turned out more of like a more finished piece than anything. I'm drawing Pepper from the Magical Princess Guy comic book series right now. Just a simple little face. No crazy poses or anything, just zoning out and drawing. There we go. And hello, welcome Spider Eyes! I've got a shop. But yeah. So anyone who lives in colder climates, can you give me some tips on what I should be looking for in like a good winter wardrobe? Like other than long johns and something that's like a rainproof jacket or something, like is there some kind of fabric I should be really hunting down or something like that? Hook Gamer says, oh, it looks beautiful. Actually drawing some Pokemon Paradox forms. Nice, yeah, I drew a little side up here. Just having a headache. Very relatable. I'm gonna give Pepper here some color. I'm actually starting to have a headache myself, honestly. I don't think I had enough for breakfast. So I'm probably gonna have to have a big lunch here whenever I get off stream. I've made myself some ramen eggs, which is exciting. And I've also made myself some pickled radish, which are 2 of my favorite things. And this is my first time making pickled radish, and it actually turned out pretty good. It's really smelly. It's real stinky. Really, really bad stinky. But it's good anyway. And I'm just happy to have pickled radish without having to spend a bunch of money on it, you know? Umbra says, in summer it's 50-50. It'll either be pouring down or 30 degrees. Oh my gosh, in summer? Oh, Celsius. 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. Summer in England is random. Umbra, in winter it's just rain and nothing else. And Tyler says, be sure to have a ski mask to cover your face. Really helps in the cold. Good gloves can be a lifesaver. Okay, that's a good tip. Because I have not been shopping for anything to cover my face, but you're right, that's gonna be really helpful. Unfortunately, I had these really cute pink leather glove. I don't know why all my words are like getting weird. I'm like leather instead of leather, schwap instead of shop. Like, what is happening? Yes, so I had these really cute leather gloves that had wool lining in them, and they were so nice, but I only have one. Like, I got them when I was a teenager, and at some point when I moved out of my family home, I must have misplaced one, and I guess my mom never found it, or either was just like, oh, it's one glove and tossed it or something, because I have not been able to find it. Either I left it somewhere. It might have fallen out of my bag at some point. I really don't know, but I just have one really nice glove, so I'm gonna have to buy a whole new set of gloves, even though I love the set of gloves I already have. I just don't have a full set, and that's what stinks about it. Matthew says, boots, thick coat, toque, Taupe? I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to look up what that is. Mitts, snow pants if you're gonna be out in 30 degrees weather. I'm definitely gonna be out in 30 degrees weather, so. Boots that go, mitts, snow pants. I gotta get some snow pants, that's true. Umbra says, I can't give much advice on extreme cold, only rain. Yeah, I'm gonna be out in like extreme cold. And Spider Eyes says, wait, did the new tablet add-on happen with the model? Did I miss that? Yes, so for, this is the other day. This is actually the first time I'm using it on stream, but I've already filmed videos with the tablet hand, so now I can hold my pen and I have my actual tablet here while I'm drawing. I made it for my new August and September fairy videos. Let me move up a little bit so you can see, like, the whole pin is there. Unfortunately my arm is still there, pretend it's not. I didn't actually rig it on, it's just an asset that I made. Eventually when I get, whenever I have time to do like a new model, I'm definitely gonna rig an actual tracked drawing hand, but for now, just pretend. Thank you. Spider Eye says it looks great. Umbra says the only times it gets really cold in England is like January for February. Matthew says also wear long johns. I will. Umbra says even then it'll drop -7 degrees. Oh my gosh, that's so cold. Matthew says the tablet and add-on look great. I'm glad. Yeah, I wanted something so that I looked more like I was drawing, and since it's probably going to be a while before I update my model, I just figured I should just do some things I've been meaning to do instead of, you know, putting them off because I know that I could do something better. But just like the game controller, it's just something, you know, it only took a few hours and I think it makes a big difference. And it's going to be a while before I can update, so I might as well just make it look nice at the moment. Right. Some blush for Miss Pepper here. Her eyes are currently red because I put the blush there, but let's erase that. So her blush is not in her eyes. Matthew says, Segoy! Thank you. Spider says, I've never been anywhere where it got super cold. Not since I was like 3. Wow. Can you still remember the feeling of being cold from back way then? Matthew says, if anybody can make themselves a great PNG model, it's Sky. Huh. So, my, I actually, for the first time, I made a PNG tuber, actually, for my collaboration stream the other day. The second half of it, it wasn't on my channel, it was on my friend's channel, but I might be able to show you what it looks like. I think I have a source for it going. I just need to turn on Discord and I'll show it to you. How about that? It's not the best. It's just 2 images of my model that I have now since I didn't have that much time. So testing. Showing voice, I think, and now I have PNG tuber. Yeah, so that worked quite quickly. So that's me if I was a PNG tuber. You can watch both of us at the same time. If I was gonna make an actual dedication, I don't know why my voice is cutting out. Let me get some water instead of like making weird noises on stream. I'm choking. So that's what my PNG tuber currently looks like, but if I was gonna make one for regular use, I'd probably do it more like a drawing, you know, something custom just for being a PNG tuber that I think would look good, but right now this is what it is. Because I had to set one up real fast. Spider says the coldest I've been that I remember is Florida winter, which is cold to me, but would probably make Canadians laugh in my face. There goes the Canadian laughing in your face. So I will say that I have been in the snow before, right? But I've also experienced Florida winters, which don't really happen that often anymore, at least where I'm living, because I'm living in like a very tropical area. But back when I lived in Wesley Chapel as a kid, like I said, I had like true winter gear because it does get cold, and it's that very humid cold that like gets down to your bones. And I can say I've also been in Maine when it's been snowing, and I was wearing the same amount of layers as I did in that Florida winter. And I think it's just because it's damp in Florida winter. It's damp and it just gets in your bones and makes you so cold. It's probably what you experience in England somewhat, Umbra, if you're saying that like it rains all the time. So I will say that honestly, like Florida winter is kind of brutal if you actually do live in a place where you experience it, but I don't think it's going to happen that much longer because it's been less and less, at least where I live, where it used to get cold for like a month, a few weeks, but last winter it did not get cold at all here, so who knows? But I will say that somehow the Florida winter was pretty brutal. Tyler says, I have only like 15 more minutes here. I gotta do something. Happy that I got to appear and chat on YouTube. Stay awesome, Allie. Thanks so much for coming and joining. I'm glad you were able to be in the chat too, Tyler. It was a joy having you here. Spider Eye says, me and my mom would go to St. Augustine in November and it was raining and it got so cold. I was wearing like 3 pairs of pants. St. Augustine is legitimately one of the places in Florida where it actually gets cold. I remember I used to go there a lot for my birthday in October, specifically because I like fall, and St. Augustine gets fall more than it does in like Wesley Chapel or something like that, so I can definitely see that. It does get kind of cold there. But I'll let you know what my perspectives on cold are after I do the reverse snow burning thing, because I think I haven't experienced true cold yet. I think I'm gonna be really surprised at how cold can actually be, but I'm excited to experience it at least. And I'll see what I want to do after that, I guess. You know, it's just I was having a hard time finding a place to live in Florida, honestly. Like, the prices of houses and renting is so high right now. It was like, couldn't do anything. I did put in a house, we put in a house offer in Florida, but it got rejected. So it's just one of those things where it's like, we've got to have some more time to look around, because I'm not about to rent an apartment for like $3,000 a month. Like, that's crazy. Umbra says, the thing is, in my opinion, there are 2 kinds of rain in England. It's either a weak, tiny bit of rain, feels nice and calming, or it's pouring down and it puts you in a bad mood. Spider Eye says, reverse snowbird, lol. It's exactly what I'm doing, though. I'll probably be back down here next summer, so oh, I'll be passing all the snowbirds on the road and saying hello as I come back down. Spider Eye says, it's always raining on my birthday because Florida summers are so moist. Yeah, that's so true. June and July are some of the most rainy months around. Matthew says, when you can't speak clearly, go inside. That's a good tip. But knowing me, I can't speak clearly on a normal day. I'm already messing up words like shop and doing swap and leather is lather. So who knows if I'll be able to tell if I can speak clearly or not when I'm in the snow. Hello, welcome Kataro. How are you? Good to see you. Matthew says, in junior forest wardens, we learned the multiple stages of freezing to death, so we're prepared. Jesus. Well, good to know. Oh, Umbra, you have an October birthday too, just like me. Nice. For star signs, I am a Libra. I think most people in October are Libras, but I forget if it's the beginning or the end that has a different star sign. But anyway, if you're in October, that means that you have the same birthstone as me, which is October. So I don't know if you watch the fairy speed paints any that I post on my channel, but I do have one back in October, which was the first one that I did for my birthday, which is Opal. And she's got like baby dragons crawling on her. It's super cute. Matthew says, Sky, you might be too cold already. Oh no, I'm a goner. The house is 75 degrees and I can't live. It's too cold. Umbra says, October's the month where the raining gets worse. Oh no! Spider Eye says, I know the stages of freezing to death because of a short story I was going to write, then didn't. Oh yes, writers. Our search history looks quite scary. Matthew says, slurred speech is a very early sign of hypothermia. Okay, good to know. I will keep that in mind. Umbra says, I'm a Scorpio. Okay. Nice. Spider Eye says, near the end of October, Scorpio. Yep. 23rd was when Scorpio starts. I'm the 19th, so I guess I'm fairly close to Scorpio, but still firmly in Libra ground, I guess. I actually don't really know much about astrology, but every time I read something about a Libra, I'm like, wow, that's so me. So, I don't know. Spider Eye says, I'm playing Pokemon Scarlet while watching, and I just caught a deerling. Oh, I love deerlings. They're so cute. Oh, wow. So, Umbra, you're like right at the beginning of Scorpio, then being in the 23rd. Okay, I'm gonna flip her because I didn't like that she was like facing the same direction as this girl. Let me make her bigger just because I don't really know what else I'm gonna draw in here. I'll put it right here. Spider Eyes, quick. You're a Patreon. Do you have a request this month? Because only one person gave all these requests. So let me know if there's anything you'd like me to doodle here. Spider Eye says I'm smack in the middle of Gemini. What's the theme? It's literally anything, because this is probably going to be my last request stream, because it's a very unpopular reward, apparently. As much fun as it is to do, I think I'd enjoy doing drawing streams about something else, because I've only really had 1 or 2 Patreons doing the requests for the last, like, 5 months, and so I'm just like, if no one wants to request anything, then I'm just gonna do some else kind of reward. I haven't decided yet, but so it's just anything. Just anything you want. Literally anything. I don't know that song. Horoscope is a song. That's all you know about astrology. BC Wendell says, I'm a Pisces. Nice fish! Yay! Matthew says, these are my favorite streams. What? I know, I really enjoy them, but people aren't making requests. So I have usually between 7 to 10 Patreons at any given time, and I've only had 1 or 2 people that have actually been making requests every month. And so I just think that it's not that important to people. So I will definitely you were gonna go straight for that award when you joined. Yeah, that it is unfortunate. I wish it was more popular. I'm gonna have to find out some other things to do stream-wise that are Patreon related. But it just seems like it's just not something that people are really caring about. So I'll still do request streams every once in a while, but I'll just open it up to the chat instead of having it Patreon specific. And I'll keep doing art streams for sure. I'm just going to be doing a lot of probably doodling things that I feel like doodling myself. Like if I watched an anime and I want to draw some fan art, or if I want to draw some of my characters in some different outfits, or if I want to draw my manga pages. And I'm actually going to be doing a lot more art streams than I have previously when I get off my hiatus, because I'm going to start really hardcore working on Volume 8. And I thought I forgot I left my PNG tuber up. I don't know if that's weird. I just realized that she's still there. But I've just been planning on doing a lot more on stream. There might be some streams where I'm quiet. I might just work on art and not talk so much as well. Like a lot of my art streams, I really wear out my voice by just talking the whole time. And so I might be doing some streams that are like more quiet streams. So ones where I don't pay as much attention to the chat or something, even though I absolutely love chatting with you guys. And then I would stream for like, you know, 6 or 7 hours, as long as it takes me to finish that whole comic book page. But in that case, I don't really think that my voice can talk for 6 to 8 hours, because we're 2 hours in here and my voice is starting to crack, so I definitely have to be careful with that. Kataro says, I love art streams. Yeah, me too. Matthew says, I was gonna request an entire month theme of Sky doing miniature painting. Sky doing miniature painting? You mean me doing like itty bitty little paintings? That sounds quite fun. Spider says, I want to request every month, but my mom forgets to remind me when you post the request thing, because I don't have Patreon on my phone. Oh yeah, that stinks. Usually you manage to make it into the chat though, which is good. Spider Icers requested a Sonic character, but since I have freedom, let's bring back Magical. Sure, let's do that. Okay, Doodle request. Yeah, so I'm obviously still gonna be doing a lot of art streams. It's just not gonna be this kind of setup, I guess, so much. Honestly, I liked it a lot. It's just I just haven't been getting a lot of requests. Your one today is, what is this robot? I don't know what she's from. A transformer? She's a pink mech. I will attempt to draw her if I have time, though it might not look that great. I'm not that great at machines, but it'd be fun to try. So let me do Magical Milan first. I don't know if I gave him like a actual outfit that I wanted previously, but let's do this thing. Kataro says, working on my comic as well as I listen to your stream. Nice! That always makes me happy. Usually when I listen to VTubers, I usually watch art streams too, and then I draw at the same time, so it's really nice to like feel like you have somebody to draw with you. Matthew says, drawings of you painting Warhammer miniatures. Aww, so cute. And Matthew says, not going to be Patreon exclusive. Yeah, when I do request streams in the future, I think I'll just like just be like, whoever's in the chat, just give me requests, but it would be a lot less. Like, I wouldn't do them every month. It was just like whenever I feel like it kind of deal. So I don't know what that looks like. Honestly, I don't know what my Patreon rewards look like from here on out. If anybody has any suggestions, I just felt like if it wasn't that popular, I was just gonna, you know, stop doing it, because I don't know. Just like if I only get a few requests. I'm gonna draw a chibi magical on here. Spider-Eye says, one of my peeps in my D&D group borrowed my MPS books recently. I indicate what volume he's on. Hopefully he's enjoying them so far. Oh, I hope he's enjoying them too. Matthew says, yes, RC from Transformers. I do like a pink mech. Oh, Umbrella! Oh my gosh, you changed your name, Umbra to Umbrella. That's so funny. What to do? Oh, okay, I can make the mecha have a pretty face. I think it would be actually fun to draw myself working on like miniatures or something. Though I haven't done Warhammer. I have definitely done like doll houses. So I've done like miniatures for doll houses before. So not really the same thing, but I do love miniature things. I think miniatures are so cute. Spider-Eye says, usually I draw when I'm washing these, but my wrist is hurting fiercely, so I'm just playing Pokemon. Makes sense. Oh, Umbra, this is your alt account? That's so funny, though. I like the name. It is hilarious. Well, I guess I have safe search on Google, so I ran into no weird images, thank goodness. Alright, what would Milan wear as a magical girl? I don't know if I should be silly or more serious about this. He's a chibi, so maybe kind of funny. I don't know. I don't know how to draw like a chibi that's supposed to be tall and muscular, which is very confusing. He'd probably look more like a superhero or like vigilante kind of dude, if anything. Let's go ahead and do some wide-legged stance. Oh, see, yeah, you can switch back and forth really fast. Magical Milan should be the story at the end of one of the volumes. That'd be pretty funny. I wonder how it would go. Like, what would he do as a magical girl? That'd be funny. You put his hand on one hip. The other hand can be out, kind of like, this is like a very Sailor Moon almost kind of pose. Umbra says, or Umbrella rather. Yes, I made my alt account called the Dark Umbrella just because of the typo Matthew made a few weeks ago. That's so funny. But I guess obviously to say, you guys can still be my Patreon even without request stream, I guess. I guess there's not really like much rewards. I'm not really sure what the rewards are gonna be, to be honest, but Patreon really helps me out, you know? It gives me some time to do things that otherwise I don't think I'd be able to do so much, you know? Gives me like a little bit of financial freedom to make some fun content for everyone. I just don't know what I'm gonna have it be now that it's just I'm gonna stop also like the letter reward kind of deal, but I don't know what to do next really. I'm just trying to change things up because I've been losing a lot of Patreons, and I also don't want to work on so many tight deadlines when I really want to get volume 8 done, so that's kind of why I've been like changing things up. I'm gonna do Milan's hair super long and epic here. I've got to decide on what my new rewards are going to be by the end of the month, that's for sure. Spider Eyes says, my neighbor are running their lawn mower and I thought it was part of the stream and got really confused. Sailor Milan, okay, that's what I'm gonna do, because one of my other Patreons really likes like Sailor Venus, so let's give him like Sailor Venus costume. Might as well. Or maybe he'll get his own colors. He'll get his own special colors, maybe. He'll have like a Kinar thing in the middle of his bow. Neck thing. I love their little like space shoulder things. And spacey glove. Milan's Halloween costume. Belgium is tuxedo mask? Okay, okay. That's pretty cute. I like that. I'm gonna do boots then. Boots with the Kinar symbol on them. So it can be like Sailor Moon. I don't know where to put him. I'm gonna have to rearrange all these people, I think, towards the end of the stream. Yeah. Gonna move Psyduck out of the way so I can draw Belgium as tuxedo mask here real quick. Let me get up a good image of tuxedo mask so I know exactly what I'm doing. Tuxedo mask. My internet is moving so slowly, and I do not know why. Very good. Yeah, tuxedo mask outfit. Oh my god, why is Google moving so slow? A modern masterpiece. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to draw him from itty bitty photos because my Google is saying no way. Alright, so let's make Belgium's head the same size as Milan's. Obviously she's a little shorter though. Give her eyes like this, her signature eye shape. And then she's got mask. I have this top hat too, but let's do outfit with a cape first. The computer's freaking me out because the fan just went up super high and then it just turned off. I'm always afraid that my fan failed. Sounds like it's coming back to life though. So I'm just gonna turn her the other way since I always draw people from facing one direction. The downfall. Let's make her kind of like chibi proportions. The fitted pant leg here. Fire says, I love the ship trope of couple dressing up as another fictional couple, but reversed of who you'd expect to be who. Yeah, that is a fun trope. Alright, what kind of shoes does he got? He's got just some black boots that kind of just fade right into his outfit almost. So he's got like tailored pants. Do like a little crease down the front of these bad boys. Some extra pizzazz. And he's got quite obviously a tuxedo on. A little bow. Oh, I guess I gotta give him on the sailor tiara, don't I? Perfect. And gotta do the tuxedo now, and he's got this white vest underneath. It's actually like a short vest with a long tail to it. I'm learning a lot about his outfit as I go. Just gotta be holding a rose, of course. It's kind of the interesting thing about doing fan art is like I don't actually take in characters' character designs unless I draw them, really. And so it's like, wow, that's an interesting character design, but do I actually really know what's going on? No, not unless I draw it. Hello, welcome. Azifa, if I said your name correct, let me know if it's wrong. Let me know how to say your name. He says, there's a person with 17k followers on Facebook who posted your YouTube channel to their story. That's cool, what did they say? Matthew says, I wonder why they never made a Sailor Uranus. It's ironically my favorite planet. They did though! They do have one. You want me to show you what she looks like? She's got, I mean, she's pretty cool. She's pretty iconic. Here's a good pose of her. I'm gonna get that and put it up on the screen for you to see. Alright. And there she is. That's Sailor Uranus. So, that's your favorite planet? Okay, I think I'm back. Please let me know if I'm back. I'm gonna get everything situated to start drawing again. I'm glad that you guys kept this chat going while I was away. Quite obviously, my computer cannot handle streaming recently. It crashes pretty much every stream now, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to get some fixes for that once I'm done with my hiatus for sure. Let me read these jokes. At Yeast we still have something. I promise they won't get stale. Although I've always had an ear for corn jokes recently, I'm sure they're about to pop off. That's kind of corny. I love you guys. Unfortunately, the stream had to go awry. Aw, shucks. Corn memes. Hey, rye. A rye is a kind of, like, grain, so you make rye bread. I always try to come to this stream bearing kernels of humor. That's awesome. Anybody else wonder if Sky has a fish tank? Oh my gosh, I wish I had a fish tank. I love koi fish though, and they don't do well indoors in fish tanks, so I have to have a pond for them. They're my favorite kind of fish. Okay, so let me try to draw Belgium here. I'm sorry about my stream crashing. Thank you guys for being patient and optimistic in the chat. PC Wendell says, I love making stupid jokes. Spider Eye says, I have a fish tank. Oh, what kind of fish do you have? Oh, when I returned it sounded like a bubbleator in the background. That's funny. No, I don't have a fish tank, unfortunately. I wish I did. Let's do a big old dramatic keep. It also kind of stinks that somebody recommended my channel and then my stream immediately crashed. So sorry if you're watching and you came and witnessed the crash. Spider Eye says, I have a beta fish named Sapphire. Oh, cute. Spider Eyes also says, I hate when Pokemon evolve through friendship. I've given my Riolu 4 sandwiches and she still hasn't evolved. Sandwiches aren't enough. Now the wind is blowing the same direction. Let's put Belgium over here. Change it up a little taller than Milan so let's shrink her. They can be holding hands. How about that? Matthew says you could get a fish tank in Maine as a memento of Florida. Yeah, with some like tropical Florida fish in it. That'd be fun. Since I am like reverse snowbirding though, I probably won't be there for in that house at least for super long. Like even if I decide to just stay up there, I have to move anyway because we're just staying in like a place that like really can't be ours in the future, so I think I would have to move the fish tank, which may not be like move the fish tank like fairly soon after I get down there. So if I get fish, I'd probably wait until I have more of a place I know I can at least stay for a year. So I says they're holding hands. Yes, they are. And I'm gonna try to draw I want to know what kind of car this girl is. Okay, so she's just like a futuristic looking car. She's not actually any kind of car that actually exists. So I'm gonna do a quick doodle of the transformer that Matthew has requested. So we're gonna put her right there. Just gonna draw mostly her head and shoulders, I think. It's a mecha girl. I'm trying to figure out how to draw her head thing. I'm looking at another photo of her now. Gotta keep an eye on where my memory and CPU is, because I think it might have been my memory that crashed everything this time, so I don't really know. Because recently it's been my CPU, but honestly I have no idea anymore what is crashing my computer. Spider says my Mildrum soul is pleased and fed. Good. They're very cute. Okay, so she's got like kind of like a human face, but then not really. I don't really know what the change was with my computer. It's like only recently has it been crashing like every stream. Like I don't know what changed. Like is something broken? Like I'm not really sure. Fair face. I'm gonna make it more like pointy and robot-like, I guess. Do this transformer helmet thing. I do not know if Matthew is still there to witness this transformer. Oh yes, there he is. He says you can give her a human face and pretty eyes. Her eyes just look like they're like glowing blue. Is that kind of what it is? Is she like the only transformer that has like almost like a human style face? Just curious. Try to draw this mech thing going on here. Spider says, I have mental plans for the next like 7 requests, but I deviated and went straight from Belgium today. I'm gonna do a similar angle to this reference photo because
it's gonna be hard to do anything else, I think, for me. Since I'm not really like the best at mechs currently. Got this plate and then the bigger plate for her body. So basically I'm just kind of copying this picture, to be honest. Oops, oh god, I don't know why my program just jumped over there for some reason. And I'm gonna do her eyes like all blue and then do like more blue in the center. Almost kind of like she's got like Fremen eyes from Dune or something. I'm gonna give her like a little highlight in those to make her look more normal. I'm gonna throw a little color on it, and then I want to throw a little color on Belgium and Milan, and I think that's probably gonna be it. I'll still have some request streams in the future. Spider eyes. It'll just be less, and it'll just be based on whoever's in the chat at the moment. It's got like a pink. Oops, too much pink. It's gotta have like this pale pink for the skin, if you will. I guess. I'm just challenging with the helmet. Yeah, the helmet's hard. I'm not really sure exactly what's happening with it. I think is like, if I had like a turnaround of her head, I could probably draw it pretty efficiently, but because I only really know what it looks like from 2 angles, like I'm not really sure what's happening with it. She can have a little bit of shine going on. Alright. Sorry, that's pretty rough. If I had more time, I'm sure I could pull it off better. More time and more references, I think, would be the big one. Get a little shading in there. Oh, I see. The helmets are all segmented because they're made of movie bits. Okay, that makes sense. Belgium Milan. Her hair, and then most of the other bits of the outfit is just black and white, pretty much. Like the tuxedo. And the cape. I still wonder about that person that came in and said that somebody posted about me on Facebook. I hope it was something good. That's for sure. I hope it wasn't that person that came in earlier in the stream and they were like, LOL, you're ugly, and then just left. I definitely don't want to deal with any trolls or anything. Right, it's traditional Sailor Moon style colors here. Turn one. Just super, super sketchy. Oh, what did you eat? You can't remember? Blue boots, I think. You just ate something boring? Oh, what do you like to eat? Oh god, I hear my fan spinning up. Okay, I'm gonna put on... I have like an external fan. It's probably gonna get loud. You're probably gonna be able to hear it, but it's for the sake of me finishing this stream without another failure. Umbrella says just couscous with a bit of cucumber, tomatoes, and lettuce. Oh, that actually sounds really good to me, honestly. Sounds great. Simple and boring? I guess. I mean, if it didn't have any spices on it, maybe, but I mean, like, with some butter or something? Like, that sounds pretty good. I don't know what kind of background I want to do here. Do something fun. I don't know. Looking in my downloaded textures. I don't know, like maybe whatever this is. Oh, I don't know. Have I had those Cheetos KD packs? I don't know what that is, actually. I haven't had Cheetos in so long. I guess I'm just not that much of like a snacky person. Like I typically just eat large meals for lunch and dinner, I guess. And so like only snacks that maybe I really have these days is like potato chips, but that's because we have a food truck down the road, and when I eat at the food truck, they give us too many packs of chips, and so I take the packs of chips home and I eat them some other time. I'm gonna do some like doodly lines around the top of this, honestly. Let's get some of this color. So we got pink and we got orange. So let's do some pink and orange doodly lines. Get some border effect on that bad boy. I'm gonna do orange there. Woo! Doodle lines! Make everything so much cuter. Do a heart around Algebra 1. Umbrella says going into the nether, hopefully I won't die. Good luck. Matthew says Cheetos KD is a macaroni and it's interesting. Interesting. Cheeto macaroni. Like, cause I kind of thought like the point of a Cheeto was the fact that they are kind of crunchy, right? You know, they got like that texture to them, so I can't really imagine what that would be like combined with a macaroni. I do like macaroni and cheese though, I will say that. Alright, this is looking pretty cute, kind of chaotic, but I like it. I'm gonna make this look even more like a 3D effect, which, I mean, I don't really need to. It'd be kind of silly, but I want to do like a 3D effect. So I'm gonna do everything. Do these ones, third layer, and all the pink ones, and then we're gonna do everything as like a purpley color. Turn off that border effect, turn on multiply, and just drag this down a little bit. Honestly, I don't think the purple's working, probably because I didn't use a whole lot of purple shading. Let's try like a magenta. There we go. Oh, KD, I see. Kraft dinner. Yep. Canadian term for macaroni. I do eat Kraft macaroni. I just don't call it KD, I guess. Chips are too dehydrating for me. Yeah, they're pretty salty. Eagles. Spudrat says, Matthew, are you a fish? You're the fish. I'm gonna do this again back here. We're gonna do these ones. We multiply. Even this. Alright, what do you guys think? I want to do something to make her stand out because she's like the most done here. Like, I spent almost 2 hours on this girl, so she's got to stand out. So copy and paste. She's also going to get a shadow. So your shadow, copy, and paste your shadow behind her. Just got like a white background, so let's make that purple. Yeah, now she kind of stands out a bit. Just want to get farther behind her. Yeah, like that, I think. F in the chat for Canadian bugles. Sorry, says I zoned out and clicked my mouse a bunch of times, realized my laptop was on, I opened Sims. That's funny. Alright, so that's how that turned out. I'm gonna hit save, because I don't think I've hit save this whole time, and if my computer had truly really crashed, I would have been really upset. You made a boo-boo? What do you mean? What do you mean, Umbra? Umbra says, I downloaded a gravestone mod that saves my items when I die. Didn't do it properly. Now your stuff is gone. Oh no. Rain Crystal has arrived and says, aw, everyone looks adorbs. Thank you. I could not find Nadja's Switzerland outfit on Google, so I just threw her in her normal outfit, but I did it in more of a finished style, because I just think she's so cute, and I wanted to draw her, like, more finished, I guess. And then the rest are just some doodles. I did Pepper and Psyduck, which were part of yours, and then we had some other people in chat that suggested this Transformers character, and then Milan as a magical girl, so we went with a Sailor Moon theme, and Belgium as Tuxedo Mask, which is pretty cute. And now I'm just staring at it. I don't want to add some more. I always do this at the end. I add like way too many layers of like glitter and sparkles, but add some more of like Nadja's dress color to like the pink in the background almost. To like bring everything together. It's actually too much. Maybe in the middle. No, I can't tell if I like it above or below. Probably below. So, just gonna hit save again. So everything's pretty sketchy, but it turned out cute. Matthew wants to know, Ray Crystal, do you know Updog? Do you? That's pretty much how it turned out, and I think it turned out pretty cute. It's a little chaotic, but I think we managed to bring it together with the color palette, honestly, which I always like to try to do at the end of my request streams. Spider says it smells like wrong dog in here. I feel like I could draw like a little dog right here. Like a little silly dog. Like a little dog, like we were house sitting for our roommate's brother's pug the other day, and this is how she looked. She looked like, wait. I I draw this pug accurately. I might have to draw her on a bigger piece of paper, so let me get a new piece of paper here. This is what she looked like, this little pug. Her face was squatty and round, and she was constantly looking. Her eyes were large and far apart, and she was constantly like, kind of like looking like this. And she had like a bunch of, like, she was skinny for a pug, but she still had some fat wrinkles around her neck, and then that was it. And then her legs were really long and skinny. Like, she looked kind of like, then like her body was like, she had to use the long leggies and like little itty bitty toes, and she was constantly running fast around the house and like running into things. And I was like, what a weird animal. This kind of how she looked. And then she had like a curly tail that would wag a lot. She had her collar on the whole time, so we could take her outside, and she had a big ruff of fur around her neck, and then like she had no fur anywhere else pretty much. Spider says, my best friend has one of those little crusty white dogs. I love pugs, they look so stupid. Yeah, she did look pretty stupid, and I honestly don't think that she was a very intelligent doggy either. But she was cute. That's how she looked. She was just looking into the corners. Like this. But boy, were her eyes shiny. So, I'll have to do some highlights in her eyes to show how shiny they were. But they were just looking two separate directions. This dog is my new favorite dog. Oh, good. I think I have an actual photo of this dog. Let me show you what this dog looked like, actually. You can see how perfect my drawing is. This is like a very realistic dog right now. My internet is still slow. Okay, so this is the real dog. I don't think I got her face right. I gotta fix her face. I didn't do a good enough job. I'm used to drawing cats. I got like white. What do you think? I'm gonna touch up this dog. I'm gonna copy and paste it though, so I have the original dog drawn from memory. What's her name? Her name is Nubs. Her name was Nubs. I thought it was Nugs though the whole time, so I kept on calling her Nugs, and then I was corrected, and it's actually like Nugs or Nibs, or I can't remember what her real name was now. It's either Nugs or Nibs. She's got like wrinkly. She gotta have like, this is her face more like. Scary. Yeah. Nugs. Matthew said, I had a Yorkie last week. He would crawl into my arms and ride in my book bag. He was so cute. Aw, yeah, I remember you did say you were actually dog sitting, and then I was. It must be like the season for dog sitting. But we only dog sat this dog for like a few hours, though. There we go. More accurate nugs. The little tongue. It's gotta be more concerned looking. She always looked like slightly concerned. That's funny. Perfect. Alright, thank you guys for joining me for this super fun stream, and I'm sorry that my computer crashed again. I'm gonna have to find a solution to that in the future, probably after my hiatus here. I want to make sure that my streams are nice and enjoyable, not stressful, not gonna crash, better microphone maybe, some stuff like that. So thank you for joining. Everyone who's in the chat, especially currently, Umbra and Spider Eyes and Matthew have all been in the chat for quite a while, and Rain Crystal, bye if you're still there, thanks for the great suggestions. And I do not know if I'm going to be able to stream before my hiatus begins, my last week here before I move. So I might try, but I might not get around to it, unfortunately, so this might be my last stream until the first week of October. So in that case, I hope you guys all take care of yourself, and I'll see you again when I return. Alright, I'm glad that you were all there, and I will see you next time, even though it's so far away, potentially. Alright, I'm going to leave up the chat in the ending portion so that I can reply to any messages, and I'll see you guys around. Okay, bye bye everyone!